I practiced NoFap and then semen retention for 3 whole years, and although I experienced some amazing benefits, I also experienced some pretty negative downsides that, to be quite honest, I haven't heard anyone talk about up until this point. So if you're thinking about starting NoFap, I highly recommend you watch this video so you know what you're getting yourself into. Alright bro, it's time to get real about something. One of the biggest problems with NoFap and semen retention is the unrealistic expectations surrounding it that a lot of guys have. It's almost like NoFap has this magical quality, right? Like if you stop watching porn and quit masturbating, suddenly your whole life will be fixed at the flip of a finger. You'll get jacked, become ultra confident, and women will just start throwing themselves at you. But here's the dark truth. That's not how it works. NoFap will give you more energy and it will give you more focus, but it's not going to solve all your problems on its own. In fact, that extra energy it gives you, you still got to consciously put it into real work. You still got to hit the gym, grind at your job, build skills in all areas of your life, and improve yourself through hard work and consistency. Although you'll have extra energy to do all these things, the improvements aren't just going to happen out of nowhere like a lot of people online say they will. The thing is, a lot of guys think NoFap is a one-stop solution. And when they don't see those massive results right away that they expect, they get frustrated, quit, and say NoFap is a load of BS. But that's because they're expecting NoFap to do more than it can. NoFap helps, but it doesn't replace the hard work and discipline you need to actually level up in your life. So if you're thinking about starting NoFap, I just want you to go in knowing that it's more of a constant energy boost instead of an all-encompassing magic pill that will wipe away all of your issues. On a side note, if you have any brief questions, put them in the comments below. And if you're really serious and you want me to personally help you out with any issues you may be having in your life, sign up for one-on-one coaching with me. Also, make sure to download my free ebook that I made to specifically help you navigate and understand the 10 secret stages of success you'll 100% be going through on the way to achieving your dreams. You can find the links to both of these in the description and the pinned comment down below. The second dark truth no one talks about when it comes to NoFap and semen retention is full body blue balls. Yeah, you heard me right, full body blue balls. When you stop jerking off, you'll likely have a lot more free time and definitely have a ton of extra energy. Sounds great, right? Well, not for everyone, because if you don't find productive outlets for all that extra energy you have, things can get rough. I kid you not, you'll start feeling constant frustration throughout your body, basically a full body version of blue balls. And I'm speaking from personal experience here when I say this is not fun. And yes, you might even experience actual blue balls as well. On top of this, your urges to jerk off will get worse, and all that pent up energy will make the other issues in your life, whether it's stress, anxiety, or basic life challenges, feel even more intense. You have to take into account that since you've got all this extra energy now that's basically bottled up with nowhere to go, it can make you feel restless and unhappy. Now, there are ways to avoid this though. And the key to avoid this is by finding new outlets. What you need to do is you need to start going to the gym, pick up a new hobby, build that skill you've always wanted to invest in. If you can just use that extra energy and channel it into something productive, your life will level up consistently and you'll avoid the curse of the full body blue balls. But if you choose not to do this, don't say I didn't warn you, because you'll very likely be stuck in a loop of frustration and eventually end up relapsing like most people do. And the third dark truth I realized after years of practicing NoFap is how it can actually distort your view of sexuality. I'm not saying this is gonna definitely happen to you, but personally, I found that when I was constantly denying my sexual urges in order to successfully practice NoFap, it actually ended up messing with how well I was able to connect with women. After years of just focusing on myself and denying my sexual urges, whenever I tried to connect with a girl sexually, I struggled to connect with her and I felt awkward about it. Don't get me wrong, I was still able to have a lot of sexual experiences, but I always felt like I had to force it and I would always be confused why. And when I actually thought about why I was feeling like this, I realized that it was because of my beliefs around sex or anything sexual that I gained from NoFap. So after I realized that, I also realized that I had to actively unlearn these negative beliefs because they were holding me back from connecting with myself and women sexually. So the key to avoiding this is to make sure you don't completely isolate yourself from women or demonize your own sexuality. My mistake was demonizing both porn and masturbation, but after several years with NoFap, I realized the real issue was with porn, not with masturbation itself. And it's all about balance. You need to stay in touch with your sexuality and not use NoFap to repress it. Keep talking to women. Stay connected to your desires. And remember, jerking off in moderation is not the enemy. Porn addiction and the lack of control over your sexual urges is. So as you can tell, NoFap definitely has some seriously dark truths to it, but on the flip side, NoFap also has some amazing positives as well. That's why your next step is to watch this video, where I talk about 6 amazing positive secrets I learned from practicing NoFap and semen retention for 3 whole years.